What is going on, fellow Wastelanders? The Rundown Event Pass has been live in Crossout now for about a week and has been causing dramatic ripples all across the market as the Amamori makes its return debut to the Wasteland. So what can free-to-play players do to make the most of this event? Are there any good deals in the market? What items should you watch out for in the coming weeks? And will the price of the Averter ever go back down? I'm Shock Radio. I've been playing Crossout now for about 7 years, and today I'm going to share my personal analysis of this event pass and its event on the market. So thanks for watching this video. Let's get right to it, guys. So starting out with this event pass, we're going to start right from the beginning of this event pass, go over the items in the event pass that are really like going up and down, and then we're going to go over items outside of the event pass. So right now, a lot of players are getting to the point where they are unlocking the arguments. So what happened when this event pass, or just before this event pass released, is players started buying up all of the arguments. I mean, you see the argument was down to 499. Now they started buying all the arguments out of the market so they could craft the Amamori, right? You don't know how many they're going to be, how many people are going to buy the battle pass. So people like me, look, I paid 12 hundo coin for, I think I got 2 of them for that price because I didn't know. And I wanted to craft the Amamori, so the price shot up. Well, now that people are unlocking the Amamori, a lot of people are unlocking the argument in the battle pass. A lot of people really don't care about crafting the Amamori. They really just want some coin. They are just unloading them like pancakes at IHOP, and the price is starting to absolutely plummet. Will it go down more? It might. As more players unlock the argument, it might. I don't think so any much more, at least till after this battle pass. Because it's used to craft the Amamori, but that is why the price went up so high and now is starting to fall. It may keep going down, don't get me wrong, but it remains to be seen. So the next item that is absolutely skyrocketed in cost is the Averter. Now, I bought a bunch of Averters preemptively before the Ravager's Ascension because I had a feeling that they were going to be used to craft the Mars cabin. So I bought a bunch of these for 260 coin. Well, they jumped up when the Ravager's Ascension was released. Well, now that the Rundown Pass is out, you can see it really jumped up a lot. Now I don't see this dropping like the argument did in price because it is used, if we look in Ravager's Ascension, to craft the Mars cabin. So a lot of people are probably, whenever they unlock it, did I unlock it? So a lot of people are starting to unlock the Mars cabin as of this week or so, maybe last week or next week, depending on how much money you put into the battle pass, if you got the elite battle pass or the basic. But this week coming up, I imagine all the players with even the basic battle pass are probably going to start to unlock the Mars crafting recipe, and that calls for an Averter to craft it. I don't think we're going to see the same price drop of the Averter as the argument, simply because it is in the crafting recipe of the Mars cabin. So I think that price will remain fairly stable. It will drop a little bit once players start to unlock it, but I imagine that it'll stay a little bit stable throughout this battle pass, especially since it is also used to craft the Amamori. So what is going on with the Amamori? The Amamori has been the most expensive legendary in the Wasteland for a long time. People have been complaining about it. Look at that, 15,000 coin. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but I'm on PlayStation right now. It's a nice balance between Xbox and PC market. I know each market's different, so disclaimer, your market may be different, but the trend should be fairly the same, with PC looking a little bit more stable than Xbox and PlayStation due to market quotas. Anyways, look at this price just dropping as people are just unloading their Amamoris, which is absolutely incredible, and I'm going to share why that's absolutely incredible. So the price is going to drop, and it may continue to drop. So it's hard to even say if it is worth crafting an Amamori or worth buying an Amamori if the prices continue to go down as players unlock the Amamori. And this is causing an absolute ripple effect. So here's where the ripple effect really comes into play, guys. So the Amamori, as some of you guys may know, one of the reasons why it's so expensive, not only is it super OP and meta in like end game clan battles, high-end high power score builds, it is also used to craft a very, very good relic in the game, the Helicon rocket launcher. And I believe, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, this special crafting recipe that changes every 20 to 30 days or so, it has been Amamori since the release, shifting back and forth between Heather and another legendary, which I will disclose in a few moments when we get to that part. So the Helicon is a very important relic that's used mainly for Leviathans, if I'm being honest, but also in high tier clan battles. If you watch like EQWS play on PC, a lot of those guys use Helicon hovers, and they're like the #1 clan, so this relic performs very well. Anywho's, look at the price and check out the interesting stats on the Helicon. Look at that. 2 weeks ago, 52,000 coin on PlayStation because of the Amamori being so expensive. And now that the Amamori is absolutely plummeting in price, check out this, guys. Opportunity of a lifetime. If the price keeps going down, again, it might be worth buying Helicons and potentially selling them later. Or if you're like me and you just want to have Helicons, it might be worth buying them just to hold on or to have instead of crafting. Like personally, I'm working on crafting 2 Helicons. Well, looking at these stats here, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I shouldn't do that, because we're sitting what, 14,000 coins for the Amamori, and then you got 2 Heathers, where another, depending, we'll just say 12,000 coin, 26,000 coin. Nah, it's still worth crafting, I think. And the next sudden change that has hit the market after the Helicon is already just dropping in price, we can look at the Heather. Because the Amamori has lowered in price and people are able to afford the Heathers, look at them just buying up all the Heathers. They're people that are looking to craft the Helicons. They're taking those savings that they're getting on the Amamori and they are putting their savings into Heathers so that they can craft the Helicon. So the Amamori being low is lowering the price of the Helicons, but it's actually raising the price of the Heathers on the flip side. Now, usually the Heathers don't really go quite this high when it's used in the Helicon crafting recipe, but because the Amamori is so cheap, it is lowering in cost. Now, in 7 days, 23 hours, you notice the access to this item's blueprint is limited and this recipe will change. Well, over time, we've noticed that it has always consistently been Amamori, Heather, and then Amamori, and then Beholder. So up next is going to be the Beholder cabin in the Helicon recipe, and it's actually interesting to see the price of the Beholder is going up. Again, I think because people are getting Amamoris, they're now stocking up on Beholders. Like me, I was putting in bids to try and get Beholders because I'm anticipating over the next, say, 15 days or so, when I start to unlock my Amamoris and the crafting recipe of the Helicons change, I'm really praying the devs don't do something snaky and change it from Amamori to something crazy. I'll be so irritated. That might be the end of crossout for me. Like, finally at it. Like, I don't know. Probably not. I'm a glutton for punishment. But look at that. The price was only 3,100 coin 2 weeks ago. But people are now getting the Amamori cheap. They want to craft their Helicons. The price of the Beholder is going up. Now, fortunately, for some players, if you have been playing for a long time, you can craft the Beholder. Certain people can craft the Beholder. So the Beholder shouldn't go up too crazy high. Even the nest, guys, if you're wondering, some players can craft the nest. Some players can craft the hermit. So I'll show you real quick where players that can craft them can find them at. You actually craft the nest in the Scavengers faction if you have those unlocked. Some players in the Nomads faction can craft the Beholder cabin. And then some players that have long battle passes, battle pass from long ago, like Founders or Syndicate, I believe it was, can craft Hermit wheels in the Lunatics faction. So the Beholder shouldn't go up too crazy, too high, because people can actually craft Beholders unlike Heathers. But it is interesting to see the price of Beholders rising as the Amamoris sink in cost. Now, if you're not investing in this battle pass, if you just don't have the money, or you're not able to wing it, or you just don't want to spend the money, you'd rather be a free-to-player, here's my tips on how I would acquire an Amamori. And that is what I would do. If you don't have an Amamori, I would 100% take this time to get yourself an Amamori. And it may be easier, it's going to be a lot easier said than done for a lot of people, but what I would do is, for instance, go to legendary items and organize them by sold for minimum so that it is the highest price at the top. And you're going to want to go down this list and try to find the item that you can craft the most expensive version of. Whatever you can craft that is the highest price, you're going to want to do this. Now, maybe PC, you might want to just sell all the resources, sell your badges for the Pathfinder's crate. Maybe Xbox and PlayStation are definitely different. This is what I would personally do. For me, I can craft cohort cabins, so I would potentially look at crafting a cohort cabin for profit, or for not for profit, but to sell. I would potentially craft a beholder and flip a beholder for an Amamori. Now, you just got to keep going down the line. I know a lot of people don't have those cabins, so we have to keep going down the line. Maybe you have something else, the Cyclone. Maybe you can craft the Cyclone. If that's the highest legendary you can craft, look at that. If legendaries might not make sense, look at the epics. The highest epic that you can craft and sell. Look. I think this item is also limited to quite a few people, but like the Whirl, for example, for me, is 900 coin, 600 coin. I would have to sell quite a few of these to make up for the price of an Omamori, where you could flip those. I mean, you could look for the return on investment. Potentially, like an item like this Whirl has a huge gap, 33% return on investment. If you can buy them for the low, sell them for the high. If you're looking for resources over the next few weeks, check the badge exchange. This week, for example, the badge exchange is very, very good for batteries. So like this week, I'm definitely gonna spend all my badges on stocking up on batteries. Bam, there you go, 1,000 badges. I now have enough batteries to craft a legendary item, depending on what I want to craft. So use your badges for resources, or if it makes sense, you could always use your badges for a Pathfinder crate and try to get coin that way. So to sum it up, if you are a free-to-play player and you're looking to get your hands on an Amamori, I would look to craft the most expensive item you can and sell that for profit if it makes sense, or sell your resources that you can get. Right now, Taming the Dragon is a great event to grind scrap and plastic. I believe there's no scrap cap on Taming the Dragon, so great for that. And also coming up is going to be the Impulsiveness Brawl, which is going to be a lot of plastic, so you could potentially sell plastic as well. Use those badges also for some extra coin, and you guys should be able, if you put your mind to it and you are playing this game over the next 23 days as a free-to-player, you should be able to get your hands on an Amamori. So that's all I really got for you guys today. That is my rundown of the Rundown Event Pass. Thank you for watching. Catch us live, twitch.tv/shockradio. I am planning on doing a few giveaways for this event pass on PC. If the devs are giving partners this event pass, I know they are on vacation over the next like 2 weeks or so, Targem developers are, so look out for those over the coming weeks. A special shout out to all our Wasteland supporters, going the extra mile, hitting that join button, and becoming members. Thank you for making this possible. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.